Sonia Luna here, wanting to share my thoughts on a very common series of questions we get a lot, which is which modules should you buy first when getting involved with BlackLine, and also what accounting systems does BlackLine work best with? Now, there's about a 5-step process most folks go through when they want to identify the right module, and I'll cover them briefly here. The first step I ask prospective clients is, what have you really documented in terms of the most manual processes in your organization? In other words, the biggest headaches, etc., to get things done for the reconciliation. And I ask that because from a transition and a purchasing decision-making process, it actually helps you make that decision on which modules you want when you know you feel comfortable that, hey, if I needed to turn the lights on with this software package, I know we've got the documentation of how it's already been completed. Wanted to bring to everybody's attention is I call it the walk-off worry. It's that person that is so critical and key into your organization that if they were to leave, okay, you literally would be scrambling to get the close finished. Okay, and it's throughout the organization sometimes. So it's not the top person, middle, it could be anywhere in the pipeline of getting the close done. But if you do have that walk-off worry, okay, for that key person that if they weren't there, things just go haywire, that is also going to be a key indicator for you on sometimes which module to pick first to purchase with BlackLine. Now let's discuss how many data sources. So think through the number of ERP packages that you're currently working with, the banking relationships you have, and that includes POS systems, etc., vendor data, payroll data, equity and tax data. This is also going to sway you in terms of your purchasing decision of which modules you want to get with BlackLine. The other is key stakeholders and getting their attention of what would make their lives better if they were to get some automation in the close process. And performance evaluations are a great conversation to have, a great polling of what they would like to see in terms of automation and getting the close down faster, more efficient. Asking the board and certain key executives is kind of a no-brainer on what they would like to see finance and accounting do better. The other is department heads, right? The folks that are running the show on various programs, certain initiatives, etc. for the company, asking them what role or what issues they may have with the finance and accounting department that they wish if it were to be done faster or more efficiently or correctly sometimes, what would that look like? Now I want to talk about growth and changes. So this could be ups and downs, it could be sideways, etc. But what does the real future hold for the company? And getting real with key stakeholders and more importantly upper management of where they're going will also sway you on what modules best to buy when you think through BlackLine and some of their packages. The other is, lastly, yes, BlackLine works with any ERP package. I basically tell prospective clients and even existing clients, BlackLine doesn't care about ERPs. What BlackLine cares is data, okay, and connecting to the right data in the right format. So it works with all packages. My suggestion on final tips is really attend a BlackLine networking events. There's a few of them around. They call it the Financial Transformation Tour or Continuous Accounting Tour, BlackLine, etc. Go to them and you're going to listen to other people's pain points and you're going to find similarities. And then they're also going to give you some insight of what they're thinking in terms of what modules to purchase. Also leverage your LinkedIn connections and call them up. Find out what they're thinking in terms of BlackLine. And go through your selection priorities. In other words, what is the most manual recs you have? Ask your key employees or members of management. Also look to the forecasting of the company and some of the priorities where the company is actually wanting to spend more money and how accounting is going to play a bigger role in that area. Now remember, IT is not your biggest obstacle of what to pick in terms of your module. Their involvement is pretty small when it comes to implementing BlackLine. Just think through single sign-on, they need to be involved. Connection of data sources, they need to be involved. But quite frankly, what we have seen in practice is it's minimal sets of hours. We're not talking weeks and weeks and weeks of IT involvement hours for those two items I just mentioned. We're talking hours. Okay, so they're not your biggest obstacle. It's typically the finance and accounting people that are the biggest obstacle. And lastly, if you have a chance to get guest passes to the In the Black conference, I would highly recommend you go. I went last year. Our colleagues really enjoyed it. And you get to hear from customers what modules they purchased and some of the do's and don'ts that they obviously wish that they had done. And then you get to meet Therese, who is a fabulous financial transformation expert. And she can also give you some better tips and tricks, along with obviously a ton of other people at BlackLine, about what modules might fit your needs as well. Now, I wanted to share with you something that we've done in the past with some of our prospective clients and even some of our existing clients about our ROI analysis. We actually created a template that you can find under Insights, and there's some downloads, and you can find ways to find out which module would make sense for you to get the right return on your investment. Now, we here at Aviva Spectrum can offer it for free. It's an ROI review with me personally. You can reach me at 424-625-0241 or email us at info@AvivaSpectrum for getting your free complimentary ROI review. And we hope when you calculate your choices, you choose Aviva Spectrum.